Good morning students, welcome back to mathematics class. This is part 11 of the chapter squares and square roots. In this chapter we learnt finding square of a number, methods of finding square of a number along with the properties of square of a number till part 10. Now we are going to get into new concept of this chapter, that is square root of a number. In today's session we will be learning meaning and the definition of a square root of a number, and along with that we will learn methods of finding square root of a number. Coming to the square root of a number meaning. Square root of a number, if you want to define in general, it is an inverse operation. What is the meaning of inverse operation? Opposite operation. It is an inverse operation of squaring of a number. If you are squaring a number and reverse of that or inverse of that gives square root. For your understanding, let me explain with the help of another operations. Students, if you consider addition operation, in addition operation we add 2 to 7 or we add 7 to 2, get the answer 9. This is addition. And there is inverse operation to the addition, which we call it as subtraction operation. So students, from 9 if I subtract 7 it gives me 2, or from 9 if I subtract 2 it gives me 7. So inverse operation of addition is subtraction. Inverse operation of addition is subtraction. Similarly, inverse operation of multiplication is division. You are all aware and very well aware of these four operations. Now coming to the inverse operation of square of a number is called square root in general. So we shall take example for this square root. We have 1 square being 1, therefore we can say square root of this 1 is this 1. I'll give you one more example. See, we know the fact of 2 square is 4. Therefore, we can say square root of 4 is 2. You can get one more example. Square root of 9 is 3, since we know that 3 square equal to 9. So we have inverse operation of square of a number giving us square roots. Students, for example, if I take 7 square is 49, we know that this fact. Therefore, square root of 49 is 7. So that's how we got this in general definition. If we know square of whom it is a given number, square root of the given number for whom will be given by square root. Now the time to do, try this. Here I have given you a question. 11 square equals to 121. Then what is the square root of 121? It's obviously 11. Square of 14 is 196. Then what is the square root of 196? It is obviously 14. So students, we learnt the meaning in general of a square root of a number. Now let us go for learning definition. So definition of a square root of a number. Students, it is easy to define. We know that if m square equals to n square, if m equals to n square, here m, this m is called square of the number n. Now reverse of it. This is the definition. If m equals to n square, then the number n is square root of the number m. So we got from this simple definition, if m equals to n square, then the number n is called square root of the number m, and this in short represented like this way: n is equal to square root of m. This symbol called as radical symbol. So this radical sign is used to write square root. So this radical sign is read as square root. So students, we will do little more thinking on this square root of a number. The notation, you know how to write square root of a number. Now think and discuss this important aspect. Let me wipe out this. Yeah. Now, students, minus 1 square is equals to 1. Is minus 1 is called a square root of 1? This is the question that comes into our mind. Similarly, the other two questions also. Is minus 2 square root of 4? Since minus 2 square is also gives 4. Similarly, is minus 9 is square root of 81? Since minus 9 square also gives 81. So the question arises here. Now what do you say? Can we call these negative numbers as square roots of those positive natural numbers? Now your question, some of them telling as yes and some of them are telling no. Can get clarity. Watch this. Since 9 square is 81 and minus 9 square is also 81, we say that square root of 81 are two fellows, that is 9 and minus 9. We say that. See, from this I would like to give little clarity for you children on this concept. You may say that there are two integral square roots of a perfect square number, that is, for a perfect square number means positive natural number only. But in this chapter, we shall take up only positive square root for those perfect squares, because this radical sign denotes the only positive square root. It denotes only positive square root. For example, root under 4 is positive 2 only, not minus 2. Root under 9 is positive 3 only, not minus 3. Students, remember, if I want to write taking negative also, I must write before radical sign only. But radical sign, once it is given, that gives only positive number. In front of that, plus or minus sign will be kept. We will be learning in detail about this. If x square equals to 81, then x is equal to plus or minus root under 81. Therefore, x is plus 9 or x equals to minus 9. These concepts you will learn in your further classes in depth. So, at this moment, in this chapter, remember, for you at this juncture, in this chapter, I can tell you this symbol gives only positive square root of a number. Okay, so root under, if at all you want to write root under 25, it is plus 5 only, no minus 5. Okay, so with this I gave you definition, meaning, and further little more churning we could do it. You can pause the screen and note down these definition and examples. Students, coming back to the next topic, finding square root of a number. Students, to find the square root of a number, we have three methods. What are those three methods? First method is repeated subtraction method, which we are going to learn today. Next method is prime factorization method. We will be learning in our future sessions. Third method is bar division method. Very important method, bar division method. This is very important method. Students, coming to the repeated subtraction method, we learned that sum of first n odd natural numbers is n square. This is the very important one. We learned this. How you have written 1 plus, 3 plus, 5 plus, so on till 2n minus 1th odd number is equal to n square. You have learnt this as a property of square of numbers. Now students, we will make use of this property. While teaching, I said this is going to be a very important expression. we will make use of this property in finding square roots. How means every square number can be expressed as sum of successive odd natural numbers starting from 1. This is what I said. Suppose if you want to find out square root of 81, then from the given number we will start subtracting odd natural numbers from 1 onwards. For example, 81 minus 1. In the first step, I found the difference as 80. From 80, I will subtract now next odd number. Who is the next odd number? 3. So 80 minus 3 gives us 77. Now from this difference, I will subtract third odd number. Who is the third odd number? 5. So 77 minus 5 gives us 72. Now this way, like how I am doing in these steps, step 1, step 2, similarly I will go for next step, step 4. In step 4, what I will do? From the previous difference, that is 72, I will subtract fourth odd number. Who is the fourth odd number? 7. So repeated subtraction method is just nothing but to find square root of any number. From the number we have to keep subtracting odd natural numbers 1 onwards, one after the other, like how we are doing in this steps sequentially. Now in fifth step, from this difference 65, I have to subtract fifth odd number. Who is fifth odd number? 9. So 65 minus 9 gives us 56. Now from this difference 56, we will subtract sixth odd number. Who is the sixth odd number? Sixth odd number is 11. So 56 minus 11 gives 45. In the seventh step, 45 minus seventh odd number is 13. So 45 minus 13 is 32. In the eighth step, 32 minus eighth odd number 15. So 32 minus 15 gives us 17. And in the ninth step, this difference 17 minus ninth odd number, that is 17 only, gives us 0. Remember students, after doing these steps, you need to understand at which step we got 0. First of all, whether we got 0 or not also matters. Suppose if you do not get 0, then the given number is not a perfect square. Given number is not a perfect square if you do not get 0 in the repeated subtraction method. If you get 0, the given number is perfect square. And at which step we got this difference as 0 tells us square root of the given number. So square root of the given number is 9, because we got in the ninth step 0 as the difference. So students, from 81 we have subtracted successive odd numbers starting from 1 and obtained 0 at ninth step. Therefore, we have got root of 81 as 9. Now, based on this concept, I have very important question for you. Students, if the biggest number is given, for example, I gave you find the square root of 729. Now, you started doing this repeated subtraction method. In step 1, so 729 minus 1, and you started continuing this. Can you guess how many steps that you have to proceed? You have to proceed huge number of steps. So students, it is really tough time for us to find the square root of a number if it is big. So, do we have any easy method? We have to look for now. Otherwise, here you have to do up to step number 27. 27 step you have to do. Why? Because there only you will get the 0. Why? Because root of 729 is 27. Remember students, it takes all of your time to find in this way. So if the number is bigger, we prefer not repeated subtraction method. Okay, and next, this method helps you to tell whether the given number is perfect square or not, because if you do repeated subtraction and get not 0 as the difference at the end, some negative number if you get, then the given number is not a perfect square. So this is second important note. Note number 1, repeated subtraction method is not preferred if the number is bigger. First point. Second point is repeated subtraction method is useful in telling whether the given number is a perfect square or not, provided the number is smaller one. And how much is to be added, how much is to be subtracted to make it a perfect square, that also we can tell. That is note number 2. You will come to know with one example. I will explain all those things. Okay, let me take a example. Students, coming to the question like this: is 32 a perfect square? Question. To answer this, we can do repeated subtraction method. Next, find the smallest natural number that is to be subtracted to make it a perfect square. So this is the question for you. So you started doing in steps. In step 1, 32 minus 1 gives 31. In step 2, 31 minus 3 gives 28. In step number 3, 28 minus 5 gives 23. In step number 4, 23 minus 7, 16. Next, in step number 5, 16 minus fifth odd number is 9. 16 minus 9 is 7. In sixth step, 7 minus sixth odd number is 11 gives us minus 4. That means we didn't get 0. Therefore, 32 is not a perfect square. So first thing we can answer in this question. Next, find the smallest natural number that is to be subtracted. Here in fifth step I got 7, in sixth step the difference is -4. Now from this fifth step and sixth step only we get two important things. One, 7 is excess, 4 is shortage. You remember, this positive number tells us how much to be subtracted. In sixth step this negative number tells how much is to be added. Here, to make 32 a perfect square, seven is the smallest natural number to be subtracted. That's it, students. Similarly, if you want to say find the smallest natural number that is to be added to make it a perfect square, it will be from the sixth step. To make 32 a perfect square, 4 is the smallest natural number to be added. So from this repeated subtraction method we can answer this sort of questions also. So note down this, passing the screen, I am giving you, try this as homework for you for today's session. Students, homework for you. This is the homework. Write down, by repeated subtraction of odd numbers, subtracting from 1, find whether the following numbers are perfect squares or not. If the number is a perfect square, then find its square root. So I gave you 5 questions, do them in classwork only. So for today's session, this much is enough. Thank you. Jai Hind.